Good afternoon, everybody. It is day 2, Summerslam, the event that should be a one-day event. And we're going to give 2K a chance to see how close they can get it. Yesterday, we did pretty good. For day 1, I believe 2K was 4-2. I predicted the Seth Rollins, not that that was hard to do. And overall, I feel it was a lackluster event, proving it doesn't need to be a 2-day event. That said, we're going to turn around and jump into some more console play here, and we're going to allow 2K to see if they can pull it together once again. Let's take a look at the match lineup for this evening. We're going to have Lyra Valkyria going up against Becky Lynch. No holds barred, going after the Intercontinental title. Solo Sikoa against Jacob Fatu in the steel cage for the U.S. title. The Intercontinental title will be on the line. AJ Styles against Dominic Mysterio. Triple threat match with Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Naomi going after the Women's Championship. And, of course, you've got John Cena going up against Cody Rhodes in a match where there are no rules. Street fight rules. And then we've got I think they have an 8-man tag team TLC match, but this game can't do that, so I just took the 3 teams that I felt were most worthy of being in there, and that gives us the trio that you see in front of you: Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns, and then the members of the Wyatt Six, Joe Gacy and Dexter Loomis, and that's what we're going to kick it off with here on the Nation Network. Here we go.
Is a triple threat tag team tables, ladders, and chairs match. And is for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challenger at a combined weight of 492 pounds. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits.
Street Profits, first team making their way down. The poll is up. Who do you think's going to win for the tag team titles out of these 3 teams? It could be one of the other ones that I don't have in here, but again, the game can only handle a triple threat. In my heart, I would love to see the Motor City Machine Guns win it. I don't think they will. From a booking standpoint, I feel like if the Wyatt Six don't keep the titles, then just pull the plug already. I mean, Alexa Bliss was supposed to be coming back to be in charge, and then that never happened, and they've just done nothing with them at all. All they've done is spun their wheels. They haven't done a damn thing with the Wyatt Six, and at this point, I don't know if you can even save it.
And at a combined weight of 420 pounds, Alex Shelley.
So glad these 2 guys had a run in the WWE. It would have been so sad if they never had a chance.
Machine Guns.
Always been a really good tag team for all those years. Had some great matches. Great singles wrestlers as well. Can't go wrong with these 2. So far, the Nation has spoken and said they think the Wyatts are going to hang on to him. I'd be amazed if that happens in this particular match. Something I want to see here about the entrance. We'll see in a second if it happens. If you haven't tried, you can't just make Gacy and Dexter a tag team without breaking up this 5-person entrance. And if you break it up, the only way to get it back is to reset the whole tag team division, and then you'd have to rebuild all your tag teams. But it won't let them come out by themselves. You're always going to get the 5-man entrance. My question is, do they wear the belts at least? And I can't see through the smoke yet. Although this being a ladder match, it may be that they're already hanging up. All right, well, they're not wearing them here, but then again, I think they might be hanging up above the ring because it's a ladder match. You can't even make a subset. I think you might be able to make them on their own, though. I didn't try that. I should probably have tried that. But then we wouldn't have this cool entrance to look at. Man, they invested in all of this and then did nothing with them. Makes no sense at all. All right, we got the gist of it. You know, I'll tell you what, if I was paid an attendance yesterday, if I had night 1 tickets, I'd be wanting a refund. Not just because the show itself wasn't very good at all, but look at tonight's show. All the championships are on tonight. The only thing they got last night was Jelly Roll and the women's tag team titles. That's it. Everything else was just a regular SmackDown or Monday Night Raw, but you paid Summerslam prices for that shit. And then if you have night 2 tickets, which were the same price, I believe, you're getting every title match. And the knowledge that it can't really be as bad as last night. We are starting earlier today because I still got to make dinner. I'm going to have me some hamburgers. I decided I'm going to watch the opening match on night 2, and if it doesn't suck, and if they don't carry over the whole sloppy theme of yesterday, then I'll stick with it. But if they can't get the opening match right, and I don't know what that'll be, I'm going with this one, thinking they might. Logan just lost his advertising. Oh, man, that would have been a nice spot right there if you had to put him through the table. Got a lot of bodies in that ring. Oh, through the table. All the way out to the floor. Dawkins setting up that ladder. He thinks the other 2 guys are a little too busy to pay attention. He's wrong. And now you got both Motor City Machine Guns in there ready to go to town on him. Meantime, Gacy turns his attention to the ladder. And up he goes. Look at Dawkins getting his big ass up there, and he's got a hold of the belt. Can he pull it down? He is struggling. Now he's got his hands on it. Could the Profits... Oh, shit. I was going to say, could the Profits possibly regain that thing, but not from that position, you're not. We got Prime Drinks in the ring. Prime Drinks outside the ring. And now 2 ladders. No pinfalls, no submissions. Whoever climbs the ladder first and pulls down the tag team titles will win those titles for he and his teammate. Got bodies flying around the ring. Got a 50-50 poll going on right now between the Wyatts and the Street Profits. And just drove him into the floor. Gacy. Look at Dexter Loomis intercepting Dawkins at the last second. Fallaway slam. The Wyatts are in the ring, and they're commanding the ring for the most part, but they're not going after the tag team titles, and that's the only way you're going to win them is to go up that ladder and pull them down. Dexter Loomis is up there. Got a hand on it. Will they retain the tag team titles? He's trying to loosen it up. Dexter Loomis retains. And the Wyatt Six are still the tag team champions. Good job. For the 50% that said it was going to retain, you are correct. Will they do that tonight? Obviously, statistically, no. I hope so. I mean, only because otherwise, what are you doing with them? As a faction, what are you doing with them if you can't even book them as champions? That is a happy Uncle Howdy. But they don't have the belts. All right, well, that's our opening contest. By the way, we'll be back on after SummerSlam is over tonight. Once again, with a recap of the events and get everybody's opinion on how night 2 went. It's got to go better than night 1. But as I have said, it does not need to be a 2-night event. No good reason for that. Well, obviously the money. I know they like their money. All right, we're going to jump into the next matchup. And from here on out, I think they are all title matches, if I'm not mistaken. This is for the Women's Intercontinental title match.
The following contest is a no-holds-barred match and is for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Okay, the poll is up. Who do you like? Lyra to regain the title or Becky to retain the title? My money's on Lyra getting the title back. I'm not thrilled with a brand new title, especially Intercontinental title, changing hands 2 different times in the first 6 months. But I do think Lyra is the person that should be wearing that title. It's a workhorse title, always has been for the men, should be for the women. And she has really been killing it. But I do think if they put it on her tonight, they need to leave it there for a while. I mean, like a good solid 10, 11 months. I mean, you got to make the belt mean something in the beginning. Otherwise, it'll never be anything. Later on, I've got the video of the complete LJN restore of Hulk Hogan. I started it yesterday. We saw some of the clips then. I finished it up today, and it's actually on the shelf behind me as we speak. And it came out looking really good. I'm happy with it. Very happy. Recaptured a little bit of the childhood memories. The last kicker herself, Becky Lynch, coming out with the Intercontinental title to a cheering crowd.
Introducing the challenger from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria. And her opponent from Dublin, Ireland, the WWE.
How about that? Growing up in the same town.
Continental Champion, the man, Becky Lynch.
Or same city, anyway. All right, the two lasses from Dublin getting ready to go for the Intercontinental Championship. Little Nate's going to call the action from inside the ring. Let's see what happens when the bell rings. Lynch going for the roll-up right away. Oh, look at that, going after the arm. Lyra is not giving it up. Refuse to lose. That is the mentality she has got to adopt here today. Standing moonsault, goes for the cover, hook and a leg, gets one. Gonna have to wear her down more than that, though. Headbutt. Becky Lynch stuns her with that one. Now has her back up on her feet, goes for a big forearm. Nothing happening there. Nice arm drag, takes her across. There is a difference in your strategy when you are the champion and you are the challenger. And again, there are no holds barred, and Lyra bringing in that prime bottle and putting it to some use. In the meantime, she can't hit the broadside of a barn. Somebody tell her you can throw those things. Becky went for the roll-up, got nothing for her efforts. So far, the nation is predicting Lyra will win. Stiff shot right to the lower back, and now Valkyria comes off. Nice springboard drop kick, finds the target. And now from the middle rope, what has she got in mind? Missile drop kick takes down the champion. Variation of a fisherman suplex right there, just drove all the weight onto the back of the neck of the champion. She's able to kick out on a 2 count. Valkyria taking a stroll, getting her steps in. Picking up a set of steel steps as if they weighed nothing. Pretty sure she couldn't do that in real life. There's a cover for a count of 1. Snapmare. The champion, what has she got in mind? Big clothesline, no steel ring steps right there in the middle of the ring. Surprisingly, nobody's used them yet. There's a count of 2, and oh, almost got her. Scoop and a slam, drives her down. And Becky with the leg drop, a la Hogan. Going for the cover here, cover. Count of 2, and again, Valkyria able to escape the pinfall. Fans calling for the tables, and tables they will get. Just drove her down on top of that steel frame to the table and almost pulled it away. Crowd really getting behind both of these ladies right now for the effort they're putting forth. Valkyria just hurling that table down on top of Becky Lynch. Valkyria's got bad motives, I believe, in mind right now as she sets the champion up against the table. What is she going to do with her here? Hurricane Rana, and Becky goes through the table. From the middle rope, could we be looking at a new champion? Nobody home. Oh my God. Becky Lynch pulled out a steel shovel, but then thought better of it and throws it down. There's a pump handle slam. Here comes the cover and a count of 2. Very close, but not able to get the job done. And Valkyria is busted open. She is bleeding. Not entirely sure when that happened, and now that steel shovel being used on the back. Lyra's in a lot of trouble right now. Becky with the boot to the midsection, walks into a back elbow. Can Valkyria follow it up? Back spinning heel kick. 2 count, and almost got a new champion. Valkyria now with a series of strikes, follows it up with a belly-to-back suplex. She's got the disarmer. And now she's got a hockey stick of all things. Becky Lynch will retain, according to 2K. I'm going to say Lyra. 2K is going with Becky. We'll see which one of us gets it right. There's the pump handle. That spinning back heel kick almost gave her enough to get the job done.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch.
And still the Intercontinental Champion for the women. All right. That brings us to one of the matches that has potential. Hopefully the potential will be reached as we're at the midway point. This will be for the Men's United States Championship. Inside the friendly confines of the steel cage. Former short-time tribal chief, the reigning United States champion. Why is he not wearing the belt to the ring? Strange. All right, the poll is up. Men's Intercontinental title. Who do you like? Solo Sikoa or Jacob Fatu? I've got my money riding on Jacob, especially in a steel cage. Not that the Bloodline Part 2 people can't interfere from outside. I just think that, yeah, I think Jacob's going to get the belt back. I know they always say that the money's in the chase. I don't agree with it. I think if you've got the right champion, having them with the belt and having people chasing after them trying to take it will also draw the same crowds. I mean, Hulk Hogan held that title for 6 years, and Backlund held it for 6 years. Bruno held it for 8 years. There's definitely money in people chasing after the good guy, too. That's the main thing I've got against today's product. There's too much reliance on good versus evil in matches. And if you have an 8-match card, that can be a theme for 2 of them. The other 6 should just be about competitive abilities and just, what's going to be a good match to watch. They could be a couple of heels, a couple of faces, doesn't matter. I mean, imagine if this was like a tournament bracket kind of thing where you could have a match with Solo going up against, let's say, Dom, where you got two guys that generally aren't liked. I'd watch that too, just to see who's going to screw with who. United States Championship. It is a good-looking belt. Some people really don't like that title. I love it. I think it looks really nice. Down comes the steel cage. Jacob wasting no time with that spinning kick right back to the chin. Going to try and escape the cage in the opening moments. I don't think that's going to happen. Solo's going to be there way too quickly. And now the power bomb. Lest we forget, Jacob was the one that was brought in by Solo Sikoa. When the Bloodline Originals were afraid to bring him in, Solo was the one that pulled the trigger. And now finds himself locked inside the cage with the werewolf that he introduced. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Jacob with a nice suplex, and now Solo brought back up to his feet. Big headbutt. That's going to leave a mark. Robinson from outside the ring with the count of one. Where is everybody at today? This is unbelievable. Usually we got more people watching this stuff. So I thought we'd go a little bit earlier so we don't cut into the opening, but things don't pick up. We might just cut this stream off. Jacob going up to the top rope. And Solo says, I don't think so. But he was going over to the door for the exit, but not happening. Jacob Fatu tells the referee to open the door. Robinson trying to get the lock open. Charles Robinson taking a long time to get that combination. Solo's down. Jacob comes off the middle rope, driving the elbow. Belly to back suplex, folds him up like a lawn chair. And now, headbutt. Fatu from the middle rope, big splash. He went all the way to the top with that one. He is scaling the cage once again, looking to regain the United States Championship. Struggling to get his footing. He's now on top of that steel cage. If he makes it all the way down, he'll be the new champion. And thus far, no one there to stop him. Part 2 is over. Solo Sikoa is there, but he can only watch as his championship slips away. The winner and the new Intercontinental Champion.
Here is your winner and new WWE United States Champion, the Samoan Werewolf, Shayna Two.
And they don't give him the belt. All right. Guys, it is way too quiet in this room. I'll tell you what, we'll do one more match. If things don't pick up, I'm going to pull the plug on this because I don't want to waste my time. I thought we kind of like doing this stuff, but if not, that's fine too. See, we got people out there watching, but nobody's interacting, and I don't operate off of that. I need an audience. I need back and forth. And if we're not going to do that, then I'm just going to say, no, we don't need to do it. All right, this will be the last match unless things pick up.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. That is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
You don't want none.
Poll is up. AJ versus Dom. Tell you what, we're going to call this done. Perkins is here. Hello, Perkins. Hawk is here as well. All right, I guess we'll hang out a little longer. I was going to pull the plug on this thing because it's been dead. Like 0 interactions throughout 3 matches. So, but you guys have just picked things up a little, so we'll get through this match and then we'll see how it's going. How's that? I think AJ's at the point in his career now where he's there to give the rub, and who better than to Dom? Dom's really been killing it. So I don't imagine a world where Dom loses that title tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a little of outside interference to help him get the win, but yeah, I don't see him dropping that title tonight. If you're actually going to go onto that sports booking site, that would be the match that you could safely put your money on, although I'm sure the odds aren't very good. Thus far, 2K has predicted that the Wyatt Six will keep the tag team titles. 2K has predicted that Becky will keep the Intercontinental title. And it just predicted that Jacob is going to take the Intercontinental title. I agree with 2 out of 3 of those. I do think Lyra gets the Intercontinental title back. That's been my prediction.
Introducing the challenger.
Yeah, M-Hawk, I've heard a lot of people say stuff like that. A lot of creators have said that, people aren't getting their alerts when they go live and stuff like that. And I would post more often on Twitter, X, about going live, but a lot of the viewers, especially the regulars, aren't on Twitter. What's up, Judd? Thanks for being here, man. Y'all just saved this stream because I was really getting ready to pull the plug. I mean, we still had like 30 people for the first 3 matches. Just nobody was saying shit. Nobody was doing anything. Only had like 1 or 2 people voting in the polls. It's like, if you can't be bothered, neither can I. I'm doing this because I think it would be a fun thing for us as a community to do. But if it's just freeloading, then no. I got other things I could be doing. This is only fun for me if we're all doing it together. But yeah, YouTube has got a track record of fucking people over that way. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday that I guess, is it the 11th or the 13th of August, that they're going to have this new age recognition bullshit going on. And who knows how that's going to fuck things up. I've been trying to figure out which of the pay per month services that I have do I want to cut out, because I've got to start saving some money here. And I would have never thought YouTube would be on the chopping block, but depending on what happens on August 13th with this thing, if it makes life even more miserable to be a streamer on YouTube, then I'll definitely keep my money away from them. Thanks, M-Hawk. I appreciate you, buddy. I really do. Yeah, betting on wrestling is something I've never done. And to say that I might try it once eventually, someday down the future, just as a goof, perhaps. But I don't know how it's even legal. I don't. I mean, I'd be betting on it, not knowing the outcome of the match, of course. But how do you... I mean, I guess if you're like a Michael Hayes or something like that, you can't do it because, number one, you're recognizable enough. And it would be obvious. Then there goes your entire job. Not to mention the fact that pretty sure the Gaming Commission would have some laws in place that would put you behind bars for a little while. But what would stop somebody who's on the inside that knows the outcome of the match, not necessarily a lead writer, but somebody that's on the staff, from slipping some information out to a friend, and then that friend goes out and places a bet? I don't know. It definitely opens doors that shouldn't be open, I think. But at the same time, if I had even $5 on every match of the night for a winner, then I have something invested in each match, even if it was a match I didn't care about. But now I care about it because I got $5 on it. Maybe on the next pay-per-view we'll do a watch-along, and I'll actually put like $5 down on each match. We can watch me throw my money away. I wonder what was the betting odds last night on Seth coming out and cashing in. Because so many people predicted it. You can't bet on everything? What can you bet on? Pete Rose of the WWE. Now, I'm not saying Michael would have done it. I'm just saying somebody in his position that knows stuff may just have a conversation in the bathroom with somebody else, and there's somebody in a stall overhearing the conversation. What is the name of the betting site that they team up with WWE? I feel like it was sportsbetting.com or something like that. Again, I don't know because I've never done it. Only gambling I've ever done in my life here in Florida, we had the Greyhound races, which are now gone, sadly. And I went a couple of times, and every time I walked away with money. And the second time I went there, I was about to lose my money because through 15 races, I had lost probably 9 to 10 of them. And it came literally down to the last race, and I had like literally, well, I want to say $15 was all I had left. And I was throwing it away. If you know anything about racing, it's similar to horses. I picked the 3 dogs, numbers 5, 7, and 9, and they had to finish. I boxed it, so they had to finish in that order, 5, 7, and 9 being first, second, and third. So even if they all 3 came in first, second, and third, I don't win unless they come in 5, 7, and 9. Coming around the last corner, 7's ahead of 5. And as they come around the corner, they kind of got tangled up just a little bit for a half second. And 5 ended up in front of 7, and that $15 turned out to be $150. And covered the whole night. But I think to myself, I had bet money last night on any of that shit and lost, I was already pissed just because it sucked. Imagine if they took my money on top of it. $100-1? No. Those were the odds on Seth? That can't be right. They'd have lost their asses on that. Styles Clash, new champion perhaps. Indeed. Wow, the nation has picked 60% as well. By the way, the polls there are not for this 2K crap. It's for the tonight stuff, just to be sure that we're talking about the same thing here. Well, 60% of you agree with 2K. I will be very surprised if this happens. Very surprised. You didn't see Seth Rollins coming? Oh, yeah, I saw that from the day he got injured. No, Greyhound and Highlight both gone. The animal people got in on the action for the Greyhound, saying that they were being mistreated. And if that's true, then albeit to the better, because I don't want to see dogs getting mistreated. I always thought they were being taken care of, but what do I know? Yeah, I was calling for it during our pre-show, like the one we're doing right now. What I said yesterday as we went off is that they messed up. Bringing Seth out, having the music play, having the briefcase and all that, having him wearing the knee brace, the leg brace. Brilliant touch. And you even got me to think for a minute that, oh, okay, he's still going to make his appearance at SummerSlam because it's Seth and he wants to. And just to say, hey, don't forget about me. Then he turns around to start heading back, and Paul Heyman doesn't move. And I'm like, nope, it's a ruse. It's a game. He's not really injured. If they would have both turned around and left, and that would have been it. Then you wait for Monday Night Raw. Punk comes out with the belt, comes out bragging about how he won and what a tough match it was. And then Gunther comes out and says, I'm not done with you, and just beats the shit out of CM Punk. For 5 minutes, just beats him into a pulp. And then Seth Rollins' music plays, and he comes out because you're not expecting it because he just showed up and left on Saturday night with a leg that was all gadgeted up. I don't understand why it's so hard to come up with better solutions than the ones that they are, because the ones that they're coming up with suck. They flat out suck. But what do I know? Triple threat for the women's.
The following contest is a triple threat match.
Those are not Midnight Rocker sunglasses. Those are Jesse Ventura sunglasses.
World Championship.
Midnight Rockers wish they could pull this off. I saw them on Etsy for like $5. I was like, yeah, I need those.
Introducing the challenger, representing
Yeah, Florida's still here.
Tokyo, Japan.
Unlike most of the other states here, you Florida around, you find out. Rhea Ripley is a dangerous person.
And introducing the challenger from Adelaide, Australia, Rhea Ripley.
Tell you, man, you look at pictures and matches of her 10 years ago when she was this pretty little blonde that would have given Sydney Sweeney a run for her money. Then she puts all the stickers on her and stuff. I just don't get it. I don't get it. To each his own, but I feel like you don't throw paint on top of the Mona Lisa. Last I heard he does, but I don't really pay attention to AEW very much. All right, the polls are up. Time for you to pick them. As far as I'm concerned, I can tell you what I would do is put it on Io, because I still say Io's the best wrestler in the women's division. She hasn't lost a step. She's still smooth as glass. She's fun. The fans are into her stuff. But if I was betting $5, shit. I'm betting on bad booking of the WWE, and for that reason, I would bet on Naomi to retain. I lost respect for her as a wrestler when she went to TNA and kept the same exact gimmick. Now, I've talked about it here on the program in the past. When you leave the WWE, the idea is to go reinvent yourself. Show them what you wanted to do. And at the end of the day, she didn't do that. She rode off the coattails of what they developed. She still came out with the glow stuff going on. Nothing was different. Even the entrance itself was identical. You know, the reason guys like Zack Ryder are so respected is because there's no more woo-woo-woo, and there never will be. You know, Cody Rhodes, when he left and redeveloped himself, reinvented himself, and came back. She went and came back, and nothing changed. She's more changed now, but again, that's with the WWE machine behind her. When you leave the WWE and you go to places like MLW, when you go to places like Impact Wrestling, that's where you have to have a bigger role in you. House of Black against the Wyatt Six. Dude, I got to tell you, that's not bad booking right there. That would be fun. Now, who would the House of Black look like here in the WWE? Everybody going for the prime bottles tonight. Logan must be putting out the dollars for everybody. Hey, if you promote my product, I got you. EO's got $1. Ooh, just jammed that right down the gullet. Going for the cover. Champ's shoulders are on the mat. Only a 1 count. Rhea right there to snap her back to La La Land. Prime bottles to the left of us. Prime bottles to the right of us. Head first into the turn. Oh, she hit her with a prime bottle. Rhea threw it and hit Io upside the head. Capacity crowd on hand. Ooh, dead drop. Dude, I like this. You know, I wasn't all that big on Aleister Black being back, but now the idea of him and Cross together, I like that idea a lot. But then I think to myself, well, if they can't book for the Wyatt Six, what are they going to do for these guys? But that's a good teaming right there. I might have to do something with that. But don't they need at least one more person? Don't you have to have 3? Especially if you're going up against the Wyatts. God, I cannot stand Andrade. I've always found him to be the most boring thing. Like drinking water. If I had WWE people, believe me, I would tell them to call. I can't even get WWE2K people. Look at her feigning the pitch of the prime bottle like some 6-year-old in the outfield of a baseball game where they do that fake pump of the arm like, I might throw it. I might throw it. It's never going to get to second base, but this could be the day. Uh-oh, Riptide. But the champ is up. Just in the nick of time. Well, that wasn't, I'm sorry, the old champ is getting pinned. The old champ is up. All three of them are old champs. Rhea mistimed. Got caught. Uh-oh. Ooh, the save. Went for the rear view, but missed. What's Rhea going to do here? Not much. Io and Rhea would be a good tag team. I don't know about aesthetically. I'm always going to want Io and what's her girl's name? The Kabuki Warriors there. Kairi Sane, that's the name I couldn't get in my head. Well, based on the booking last night, I don't think he's staying. I have a funny feeling he just got tired of the shit and said, you know what? I'm going to do the Matt Cardona thing. You guys don't get me. You're not trying to get me. I mean, they have never done anything good with him. Damn, they almost maintained that title with a submission hold there. The Miz, now that would be that'll give you the entertaining aspect of it anyway. I could see between Karrion Kross and Alistair just rolling their eyes when he says one of his Miz moments. Not the prime bottle, not the prime bottle. Pile driver. And the champ's going down. Super kick right to the jaw. Io's in trouble. Riptide, new champion. Just makes the save. Hey, look at Naomi. Turns it on against Rhea Ripley. Actually, the Black Cross wouldn't be a bad name for the group. My problem with The Miz is Alistair has to be the leader of the House of Black. And I just don't see Miz as a character that's going to follow the leader. You know, he's never had that role, and it doesn't fit. Damn, champ just got wiped out. Rhea says, you ain't hit me with that damn prime bottle. Drop it, bitch. Nice German. Almost put her through that steel steps. Io Sky's got the rear waist lock. German suplex. Champ in trouble. Thumb to the eye. Bubba bomb. And now has the ankles for the cover. Io Ripley there to... Io Ripley. Okay. Io Sky there to break it up. If they were a tag team, that would be the name. Io Ripley. Rolls through. Oh, man. Almost had it. Oh, she hit her in midair with the prime bottle. So far, this is the match of the night. Io from the top. Moonsault connects, goes for the cover. The champion's down, can't make a save. We might have my prediction coming true. Well, my prediction, based on money, would be Naomi to retain. The way I would book the match is pretty much what we just saw. I've always liked Gacy. I've thought he's got a really cool dark side to him, even with that bullshit group that he was part of in NXT with the family tree bullshit. If you guys remember, back about that time, I was running an angle where there was going to be a new Nexus, and he was a key part of it a couple years back. So, yeah, I definitely can see him maybe not being a world champion, although not to say he can't. He's one of them guys, though, the way I see him, he doesn't need a belt. You know, the kind of character that I would use him as wouldn't require him being a champion. I mean, he can go after champions and make their lives miserable. But he himself holding on to the title, not necessary. I love the fact that she hit her with that bottle in midair. Io regains the title. And all was right with the world. It would be nice if she wins, but yeah, I don't see it happening. I wish it would. I wish it did, but I doubt it. All right. I promised I was going to show day 2 progress, and it's actually done now. If you weren't on yesterday, this will all be new to you, but I picked up, I'd sold my entire collection of LJNs about 5 years ago, and you have that seller's remorse once in a while, but when Hogan passed away, I was like, how did I sell my Hogans? Especially the first one, because that had a lot of different special meaning, because it was actually a gift from somebody, and I was just really mad at myself for selling it. And then, of course, the LJNs are coming back out, and they're doing an exact replica of the Hogan one. But I don't want the replica. I want the 1985 Hogan. So I got one from eBay that was beat to shit, and I saved him. So here's some of the video and still photographs before, after, during. So that's the way he looked when I got him. He'd been in a lot of fights, man. The bandana was completely gone. A lot of the wrist guards were chipped up and stuff. Knee pads, you can see they're gone. Half his ass was hanging out from all the leg drops. The right calf was wiped out. So we're using, at this point in time, nail polish remover and Q-tips to get the little black scuff marks off. There was only a couple. This was actually a very clean one. It's just missing paint. I use the painter's tape to help with the edging. It allows a lot more freedom when you're doing the painting, not to have to worry about overpainting and having to remove stuff after the fact. Now, the paint kit, as I mentioned yesterday, they're acrylics. It said 18 bottles. I'm like, okay, I'll be covered. I can make whatever I need with that. Thinking it was going to have the primary colors in there, and it doesn't. It has white. I believe it has black. Not that that's a primary, but that's one of the colors that you can use a lot. Does not have red and doesn't have blue. So, yeah, that's a problem. I was able to get around it with using some other colors that are in there and getting them close enough. But if you decide to try something like this on your own, you might want to make sure that you got your 3 primaries in there. But out of 18, what are the odds that they wouldn't, right? I mean, yeah, I should have looked at the small print, but couldn't imagine it was going to happen. Like I said, the right calf in particular was just bare, right down to the skin tone. So that took extra. Took a lot of coats in that back section. I think I ended up putting 4 coats on that before it was really covered up. The trunks weren't too bad. That was like 3 coats. And there's something very satisfying about removing the blue tape after all this and seeing what looked like a really well-restored figure. And it wasn't even done. But just to see without the blue tape and that the lines are all nice and crisp. Now, I've watched people restore these LJNs on YouTube many times in the past. I've never seen anyone do the blue tape. And it's a bit of an effort, I guess, to get it because those sides kind of curve, and then I was using a toothpick to kind of place them down tight against the seams. But when I take that tape off, I'm like, yeah, it was worth the extra effort. Now, when it dries, it might look a little clumpy right here, but when it dries really smooth and very even. But you do want to make sure your brush strokes are going in the same direction. So here's after day 1. It's not done. It still has to be hit with the Mod Podge, which we're going to get into here. This is day 2 coming up next. But we're going to take a quick before and after look. So here's the after of day 1. Again, it's still not finished. But here's how it started out. So already a big difference. And then we move into day 2, which was early this morning. I had finished up the white paint and started putting the Mod Podge on. And that's like, if you see the mustache there looked white. Mod Podge is kind of like almost like an Elmer's glue, it looks like going on. And it will dry clear. The hair right there, you can see it best on there because I had done the hair the night before. So here goes the Mod Podge. And what this does is it leaves like a little bit of a shiny look to it. A glossy look. But it will also protect the paint so that it's not chipping off and falling off. These are not to ever be used. This is for display purposes only. I mean, if you were to throw them around a ring or give them to a kid, I'm pretty sure that paint might not hold up very much. But you can see right there the blue base. I already bought the blue base. So this is to be displayed, and that's what's happening with him right now. And you'll see exactly how he's displayed in just a moment. The Mod Podge dries quick. I didn't realize it would dry that fast. And here's the final product. The belt I got on eBay from somebody. I'll tell you, it photographs beautifully. But in person, it doesn't look so hot. And that's where he's living right now. All right. Let's jump into our main event. No rules. Street fight.
The following is scheduled for one fall and will be contested under bloodline rules and is for the
Abdullah the Butcher in the WWE today would be something else if they had a character like that. Yeah, I don't think I want to say. Yeah, no, I don't think they had any primaries. They have a couple of different variations of yellow, but they don't have pure yellow. And they had some greenish, and they have some reddish, but again, none of the actual. It's my first look at the WrestleMania Cody figure. They may have identified as other colors. You know what? Maybe I should talk to them. Yeah, you're allowed to say that. I've got all new commercial spots that I'll be running during the programs that will piss off a certain demographic of voter.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
The fact that people are making a big deal of that is just so funny to me. So if I can make one liberal's head explode, then damn it, my job is done. Oh, sorry. I got caught up there. Let me do the poll real quick. Thank you for reminding me. What's going on? If it'll let me. Why is it not? Oh, I didn't close the old one. That's why. Dumbass. %78% said Naomi on the last one. That's interesting. All right, there's the poll. Last one of the day. Pick 'em time. Cody or Cena? I will tell you my prediction at the end of the match. My 2K prediction. I'm going to say 2K is going to give it to Cody. But I'll give you my prediction at the end of the match. The 17-time world champion John Cena. The former world champion Cody Rhodes. The title changed hands back in April at WrestleMania. Tonight, Cody wants the belt to come home. Cena doesn't take the hat off, really? Shit. I would have picked a different Cena. Or at least a different attire. I thought the hat comes off. Well, shit. That's why you can't see him. He's wearing a hat. Ooh, 2.5 counts. Yeah, it's great that they put him in the game so quickly with the heel stuff, but then the fact that the hat doesn't come off, it's like, and you've had how many patches now? Cena taking advantage of the street rules. Breaking the kendo stick over the arm of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. To the ropes he goes, back out front, back body drop. Charles Robinson getting a lot of hours in tonight. This is the Cena that 2K made after he turned heel and put out. Originally, it didn't have hair under the cap. They kind of did, but it was really bad. And then they patched and fixed the hair. But apparently didn't think to take the cap off during the match, which I never used him before, so I didn't have a chance to catch that. Clothesline sends Cody over the top rope, crashing to the floor. Oh, he's got a baseball bat. Just cracked him with that one. With age comes wisdom, and John Cena is the senior member of this match. Rhodes sends him back into the ring, and now, oh, wait a minute, got caught. Going for the attitude adjustment. Cody says, I don't think so. Butterflies. Oh, pedigree. Goes for the cover. We might have a new champion right here. There's one, there's two. He got him. Oh, damn. Cody almost stole the championship here at SummerSlam. Crossroads. Cena's looking up and barely got out of that one. You know it's a PLE when they're kicking out of the crossroads. Sit out, hip toss by Cena. Goes for the cover, fails to hook the leg. You're not going to get Cody Rhodes if you don't hook the leg. Cena with a big right hand, stuns him. Has him up. Face first plants him. Cena seems confused. Going up to the top rope. Not a good place to be if you're Cody. Drives the 5 knuckles into the forehead of Cody Rhodes. There's a 2 count. And oh, just barely got the shoulder up. Cena going right back to it again. Has his feet up on the ropes. We've seen this before. Ooh, and again, Cody able to get out of there. Hey, that's it. It's over. He got the shoulder up again. I don't believe this. Cody has survived insurmountable damage in this match and is still going forward. Oh, here we go. The left hand jabs. Shades of the American Dream from the American Nightmare. The elbow right to the head, and down goes Cena. When you talk about the family heirloom. Back into the ring. Cody is busted open. Dives through the ropes out to the floor and wipes out the champion. Stomp to the midsection. They fight over the sledgehammer. Holy shit! Cena just hurled that sledgehammer into the head of Cody Rhodes. These guys are not fighting it out on the floor. They have gone to war on the floor. Cody sent flying down towards the guardrail. Bloody Cody Rhodes brings himself back into the ring, but ripe for the picking. Cena has him up. Will it be another AA? No. Brings him over to the ropes instead. Drops him throat first. Cena now has got a set of steel steps here. Seems unsure what he wants to do with them. Now he puts them in the ring. I think he was trying to bait Cody to come out there and catch him. Instead, it's Cody Rhodes. Moonsault off the top rope. Hook of the leg. John Cena's in trouble now. New champion, maybe. Ooh, another close call. It's becoming an instant classic. Crossroads. And Cena kicks out. Damn, 2K, are you ever going to do what you're supposed to do? Sledgehammer to the back, and now they fight over it, and Cena comes away with that. Cody doesn't give him a chance to use it. Thought he's going to hit him with a crossroads on the sledgehammer. That would have been the match. Oh, wait a minute. Attitude adjustment. He may have landed on that sledgehammer. I'm not sure, but here's a one. There's two. And Cody still kicks out. Cena has him up, drives him down, and again this sledgehammer. The preoccupation with that sledgehammer may cost him the match because every time he goes for it, Cody gets a shot in. What is Cody doing? You've got to take advantage of this opportunity right here. You might not get it again. As the blood flows down the face of the American Nightmare. Back elbow stuns him. Oh, on top of the stairs. Cena goes up. Not good news for Cody. Again. 5 knuckles to the forehead. The busted open forehead of Cody Rhodes. Referee counts 2. Make it 3. And still. All right, I'll say a couple things. Number one, that was a pretty damn good match. Number two, there was a Bloodline rules match. Where are the fucking run-ins? They never fucking did any run-ins. I even went and made teams specially for each one of these guys. 2K, y'all just suck. You're not good at this. Making games, it's not your thing. NBA, you fucked that up. WWE, you fucked that up. Just give somebody else the franchise that can do it right. So what should have happened is the final boss should have come down to get involved on behalf of Cody Rhodes. which is what's going to happen tonight. The presumption will be that he's there to take up for John Cena. But no. Cody has seen the error of his ways and has decided to follow in line with the final boss. And Cena, now they all show up. Fuck you, 2K. Fuck you. So these were the guys that I was going to have come out to help Cena. And make him officially a babyface. But, of course. So instead, none of them showed up. And for Cody, we had... who did we had? We had not Jacob, I'm saying. We had Solo, obviously The Rock, Solo, and probably Tangaloa and the other one. So my prediction is The Rock will be one of several that'll probably... It's going to be another Bloodline Rules type thing. The Rock will be one of probably the first one, I think, to come down would make the most sense. And the assumption is he's there to help John Cena, but that's not what he's going to do. And that will officially give Cena the babyface turn, and at the same time... turn Cody. Again, no reason to do it. You don't need to do that. You don't need to turn Cody heel. There's no need for it. If anything other than that happens, if Cena doesn't remain heel, I know he did the whole promo Friday basically just saying, fuck all that shit for the last 3 months. And if he sticks with that in any way, shape, or form of his own accord, like during the match, if he plays it straight and at the end, if he does not revert quickly to the heel persona to say, fuck you, I was kidding with you, then it is a failed heel turn from start to finish. It's been failed because nobody bought it. There's nothing believable about him being the heel. This isn't, 20 years ago. The guy's still going around doing make-a-wishes, so you're just not going to get the heel rub on this guy. It's not going to happen. It's not there. But at the same time, if you throw the baby out with the bathwater at this point in time, then you've just basically said, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. We'll find out tonight. But my guess, The Rock comes down. Looks like he's there for Cena. Actually there for Cody. Maybe a couple other guys get involved. I don't know about that. It's probably better if it's just The Rock, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's my prediction. That's what I'm going with. We'll be back here after SummerSlam is done. Join us. We'll see who was right, who was wrong. We'll see how 2K did. Again, they were 4-2 yesterday, 2K, so... prediction-wise, they did pretty solid. I don't know that they're going to get this one right, but again, the thing about the main event that I like is it is a 50-50. If I had to bet my $5, I probably would skip this match because I would feel like I've got 50-50 odds of throwing that $5 away. And that's good. When you don't know, that's good. All right. Stay safe. Enjoy SummerSlam Night 2, and I'll see you guys right back here when it's all said and done on the Nation Network. So long, everybody.